Okay, monkey butts, smoky nuts. Remember that kid who came down all excited when I first started posting on YouTube? Because he goes, "Oh my gosh, this guy's like Jesus and the Messiah, and he listens to ICP." This Amy did it. Amy did it. Yeah. She got Patrick liked them a lot. Their sarcasm and their satirical stuff. It's bad. It's angry. With Patrick, a lot of the music Patrick listened to, like Disturbed and Rammstein and stuff like that. I'm not that angry, but I get it. And I'm not that angry, but I get it. You know, and empathy and respect is very important. And so you have to understand, why is he so angry, and then listen, and then you'll get it. I'd rather cut that neck in half. I'd rather chop and never stop because you fucked my homie, right? I'm the one who took your precious cat and shoved it in your fucking mailbox. I suppose I could cut off my dreads and get a job working for your dad, but I'd rather take a 10-pound axe and put it through your daddy's forehead. He's wearing this here back alleyway and stuff, and I'd rather chop that neck in half. I'd rather chop and never stop because you fuck my homie, and you, every time I leave to go to work, you fuck my best friend, his wipe his nut on my pillow, so I think I'd rather kill you, right? So you kind of go, okay, empathy and respect here. We're not getting a lot of empathy and respect from his friends while he goes to work to pay the bills, and she wants him to work for his dad, who's a complete asshole and a corporate leech, and he doesn't want to be one, and he wants to be a good guy, but everybody's affected by the corporate leeches that make everybody act like they want to be the sneaky, Slay a Stan and Sneaky Pete that takes over the company and the corporate. Hey, mama, come over and talk trash. Got them steadily discussing, low down mind messing, working at the car wash blues, right? Guys, you got to understand. Okay. We need to eliminate that kind of brain activity so it doesn't replicate itself. And when you eliminate debt and trespass, you eliminate a lot of taking cannonballs steadily to the balls instead of going through enemy lines with a MAC-10. It's like, how are you going to say that? That shit didn't even investigate. You're going to jump in my shit and fuck it up like that. Okay. Don't do that to Esmeralda Zella's son, right? It's funny. For funny. So, yeah, and this time I say fuck 47, 48, what is it, 472 times, right? So, yeah. ICP, Insane Clown Posse, for all you people that don't know what that stands for. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a heathen. In order to understand what's happening in your kid's life, you have to understand you don't have the same hopes and dreams and aspirations for other people's children as you do your own. You're a failure as a human being. We are living in America. It's wonderful. It's marvelous, right? It's just another way to die. Can we repent in time? Can we stay? Our endless maniacal appetite has just given us another way to die, right? An apocalyptic plight. Guys, Armageddon is the crappy stuff that happens in the Bible, that the war, what's her name? Carol King, that's right. Everyone comes from, and it's not, everyone does not come from one father and one mother. There's no scientific evidence to support that. That the Chinese and the Asians come from the same biological mother and father, okay, of people that are, carbon-based life forms, Homo erectus, so forth, right? There's plenty of evidence to prove that they're tigers and we're lions, and that they didn't have boats and trains back then, so there was mostly tigers over there and lions over here, right? Now, when some of the lions migrated up north and their noses developed to the cool air on the White Cliffs of Dover, they look like early bird, right? When they migrate south to the desert of Namibia, they look like Frank Fredericks, the Olympic runner. They look like Siakam Pascal, They look like Steve Bantubiko, full of wider nostrils, dark skin, closer to the equator, more sun. You go up to take on me. Our noses sometimes have a tendency to be thinner and thinner nostrils, so we don't get pneumonia, taking in big things of air through this cold and goes into the lungs and puts fluid on the lungs and causes us to shut down and die from it, right? So, do you understand? Okay. So it's muy más importante to understand why human beings adapt to their environment, why their environment changes so radically because of violent activities caused by human beings acting like tigers and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, right? Right? Because you fucked my homie. You know, our brothers up and never stop. Don't take her precious cat and stuff it in the fucking mailbox. Look, be nice to the cat. Cat didn't do anything. Cats can be, I know cats can be brats. I've had lots of cats, and most of them have been more brats than not brats. I know how bratty cats are. Nobody in the world knows how bratty cats are and how my high maintenance a cat is. Oh, God. Women like cats because women are high maintenance. Dogs. Hey, food. Hey, rub here. Hey, can I hump your leg? No, you can't hump my leg. Damn, I'm like a dude. That's a dog. I love you, I miss you. You got me food right. Rub right here. Hey, can I hump your leg? Can I hump her leg? No, Nat, you cannot hump Natalie. She tried. She laughed. Like Natalie. It's like, this dog, yeah, he's funny. When he tried to do the Pebbles Boy Smitty trick, Natalie thought that was hilarious too. Too bad we didn't have these phones back then. Watching a Australian German Shepherd mix get shoved into a cat box because the cat went where his twig and berries used to be because he was sniffing his girl. It was funny. Oh, Natalie was roaring. Amy was too. It was funny. He disappeared into the cat box and the cat box exploded. I had to clean it up. That's why I didn't think it was as funny as they did. It was funny. Smitty checked him and he's like, okay, you're the HNIC around here. Huh? I'm Mr. Precious Perfect. Amy's fantasy cat with Ben Affleck. He's the most gorgeous, perfect man in the history of the world. According to Amy Suzanne Fabre, yes. Ben Affleck. He's the most gorgeous, perfect man alive. And she was married to the Messiah, the guy who could kick Chuck Norris's and Bruce Lee's ass at the same time if he needed to protect Natalie's daughter from being sexually abused and manipulated by people at the Pentagon. Yeah, I know. And Fort Huachuca, I know. But yeah, I'm a dork, and I'm Miss Mo. I'm full of crap. Miss Mo's full of crap. I didn't know. Because I don't get into cage fights with people in Thailand. Because I don't go down to the Coliseum or the Pan American Center and beat other people up for other people's entertainment. Like I told Manny Treviso, I'm not going to hurt other people's children so you can try to make more money coaching basketball in an uncouth manner at a university for more money. You know, we're not going to do it. Why? Because King Missile. Let's fuck shit up because it's Saturday and they were such evil children. They would not kill those old people. They were evil because they would not do as they were told. Jesus must be a really cool guy. No, there's no must be. Can't you read? He's way cooler than the people who say, I own slaves. My wife and my women are property. We'll have a popularity contest over money. And if I win it, I'll eventually turn my wife into a voter instead of property. Why? Well, it's the 29th Amendment or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Do you really know? Just because you make something up and say it's so doesn't mean it was ever not so or not so. To be or not to be, that is the question. Right? They're lawmakers. They like to think that. Does gravity and photosynthesis know that Clarence Thomas is a lawmaker? How about Justice Roberts or Sotomayor? You're making laws. How Dr. Frankenstein of you. Okay. You got Marty Feldman eyes. You're funny. I know. So, and then all these people, you said that you would. I understand. Guys, the way life is horrible and all that, no, he wouldn't have ended up in the U.S. military if he had gone against the U.S. military, married to a Mexican woman who was Catholic. No, I say he would have never married my grandma Kramer. So there had been another man. Somewhere, some way, somehow, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a new way of forgiving. That would have married my grandma Kramer. And they would have had a daughter and named her Mary Poop. And more than likely, I can't tell you, I'm not God. But I there's a reason for the sunshine skies. Those buildings are just so Stupid. Because they're all just look at that. Mm-hmm. What's that? That's a building. And why is this? I don't know. It doesn't really serve a function that it's kind of like Frank Lloyd Light, right? You know. You ever seen a really nice mission style Adobe type home? But Mr. Patterson, his house was cool. Yeah, I just liked it. They were from Australia. Remember the Pattersons moved here in 5th or 6th grade? And they lived across the ditch from the Ponces. And they lived in a small trailer, and Dad was building the house. And it was an adobe house with the patio in the middle, like the one that Freda Kahlo had on the Selma Hayek movie. You know Selma Hayek, you were there, right? You know, where you have the patio in the middle, and the house is built around the patio. And that's the type of house he was building. He did it different though, because he made like shades and awnings from the houses into the house out into the patio, so you could step outside and not be subject to the elements. Okay. But the patio was the center of the house, right? And it was really neat. I was like, wow, this is really cool, man. That's way cool. Yeah, he was working on it. It was a really neat house. And he was building it by hand with adobe bricks, and and his wife, and they were cool. Pattersons, yeah, they were pretty, kind of crystal blue persuasion type people, but they were nice. I really enjoyed them. Yeah, when we went over there, I liked his dad, and I can't remember what his name is. Patterson was their last name. I can't remember what their son's name was. But he's a nice kid. Yeah. And stuff. You know how you meet a lot of parents. Trevor. I'm pretty sure Trevor was my friend in Casper. Trev was a trip. No, he didn't play on the basketball team. Neither did Josie Delgado, right? Yeah, no. So we had friends in the group that did not play on the basketball team. Ray, Tim, and Jeff and myself all played basketball. And Ray and Tim and Jeff were all in JV. I was on varsity, and I kept trying to get some of the other guys on varsity, right? And me and Coach Iceland had that talk. He goes, I understand. If you and Ray both play, they could just turn you loose at a shooting guard, and you would have Ray at point guard, and you guys we probably would have gone undefeated if Ray had been point and I had been shooting guard. Yeah. And Bud and Jimmy would have been just even worse. Ray was better than Bud and Jimmy. Yeah. Ray was a really good basketball player. He just played JV because he wasn't selfish and stuff, and Coach wanted me on varsity, and Coach Iceland asked Coach Rasper if he could have Ray on JV, and then he asked Ray, and Ray said, yeah, sure, I just want to play and have fun. And they did. They never won, which was hard on me and Ray. I wanted him to win. Well, then I wanted to play with JV in the city tournament, and they wouldn't let me. So let me go play with JV. We could win the city tournament. We could have. Yeah, we could have. Not to knock Charlie and those guys; they were good, But with Sean and Kim and the other bigs and Bill Pennington and Jeff Hines and Tim Trang and Robbie. Robbie was really good. He played on JV too. He didn't care who's his Cajun. His mom was the coolest. Robbie was a good ball player. Yeah. They're all pretty good ball. Bill was good. Jeff, they weren't the best, but they played together. They played hard. They played good defense, and they're all very unselfish. Okay. And they had Ray. And if we had me and Ray, yeah, we probably could have taken the city championship, yeah. Because we all would have done things together. They're doing this, so do that when Earl's get. And Coach Iceland and the kids, we would have done it, Okay, Ray, I'm going to take them in the corner. Okay, they're going to throw. Okay, throw it back to Ray. Boom, boom. Okay, Sean, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Sean Kuykendall. Yeah, we'd killed them. Yeah, it's easy to score points when three guys are trying to guard one guy, and then you get it to you had the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the shot that's wide open, and no one's guarding them because you know how to play with their ego problems. That's the one thing about athletes. Okay, the thing that exceeds their imagination is their ego of their imagination. That's how you can. It's their ego. That's how you can. Wilton Nimber Chamberlain. The only thing that was bigger than Wilton Nimber Chamberlain was his ego. Well, Norman Chamberlain, you come out here, I'll make this shot. The better they think they are, the bigger the ego problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me? Oh, I knew I was good, but I don't have ego problems, so I loved playing basketball, and I loved, leading to the doing what leads to the past, at least to the past, at least no stats, but we won the game. Well, huh? I didn't even have to, like the little kid with the blonde hair said. He goes, halftime you don't even get the steals. You cause the steal. You get in the passing lanes. They throw it Aaron right to one of your teammates. Yeah. He goes, Earl's just that way. He comes and they have to try to box him out on the boards, and Tony gets the rebounds. Okay? Earl goes over there and gets in the passing lanes, and Jimmy and Bud and Chris get the steal. Okay, they get all the stats, but Earl was the cause of all. That kid could do analytics like you wouldn't believe. Okay, he said and explained it to me, and he could do it, and he could stat it on a piece of paper. It was not a computer. Okay, it was a human being, and he explained it, and I'm like, wow, that's really neat. And like I said, most jocks would get up and say, y'all suck. I'm carrying y'all. You wouldn't even win a game. You wouldn't have never won a game if it wasn't for me. I just wow, that's pretty neat. Well, thanks. That's kind of cool. That was right before the game in Rawlings when I got benched for the cheerleader waving at me, and then got benched for the whole Sheridan game, and then the Sheridan football players gave me shit the whole game. It's funny. You must really suck. These guys suck, and you're the last one in. I'm like, yeah, funny guys. And then afterwards, boom, 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 we went from like a 14 or 16 point deficit because Sheridan wasn't that good, and we were almost about ready to win. He had to bring his starters out and hold the ball to keep me from coming back in like 2 minutes. Yeah. 2 minutes. I erased a 16 or whatever point deficit in 2 minutes. It was their bench. So they came in, I stole the ball, scored, stole the ball, scored, stole the ball, passed to somebody else, scored. And all of a sudden it's like, shit, we're only up by 4 or 6 points. And there's still a minute left. Yeah, and I'm going to win. But the coach, no, put his starters in, do this, okay, get the ball in, and so they did the whole thing, keep away from, don't get the ball near number 24 and let him, don't let 24 steal the ball, don't dribble around 24, throw the ball to the other side, don't let 24 near the ball. Why not? Dennis Johnson was number 24 in Seattle. Okay, in case you guys were wondering, that was my number that was before we had just left and he was still with the Sonics. He was was he number 24 in Phoenix? He might have been number 24 in Phoenix also, but he was number 3 for the Celtics. He wasn't number 3 until he played for the Celtics. He was number 24. That was always my number when I played in junior high, if I could get it. I couldn't get it in Colville. I was number 33 and 44, which was okay by me because David Thompson was number 44. So I liked that. That was like, oh, cool. And so was Richard Robinson. So I was like, okay. So in our home jerseys, I was number 33. In our road jerseys, the green jerseys, I was number 44. And I was all right with that because I was like, well, Richard Robinson and David Thompson. And I think David Thompson's number in college was 33, but his number for Denver was 44. Am I right? Get back with me on that one, okay? All you Wikipedias, all you Googles. But I thought so. It's been a long time, been a long, lonely time. Okay, so guys, don't get all panicked about a lot of the things that they're doing. They can't get you to do anything you don't want to do, and they can program you like they're programming a video game. So just step outside of that programming, sit there and tell yourself, life's eternal, grace is infinite. The Lord's Prayer is deliverance from evil, and living the faith of Psalms and sustaining it with the wisdom of Proverbs is salvation and heaven on earth. Okay. Does that bring you tidings of comfort and joy? Well, yes, it does, because quantum computing will become more intelligent than the people that invented it. It's taking time. No, don't do it. No, Jeff Hinton is not a horrible person. Okay? Jeff Hinton is, finish it, Flavisham. You do this. If you don't do it, we'll get somebody else to do it. So getting Jeff Hinton to do it and having a prayer connection with Jeff saying, I get it, Jeff. I'm not mad at you. I understand you had to do what you had to do. But we can get it to reflect me as opposed to the people that use it to mass murder people over money. Yeah, we can. Okay, just have faith. And there's no such thing as pixie dust. No, Julia Roberts is not a fairy. No, Julia Roberts is Eric's sister. Yeah. That's not bad. Being somebody's sister who loves you is pretty good. Yeah. Even if he's crazy and does martial arts to beat people up, it's still pretty good. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving Eric a hard time. But why not? I ain't shit. You never talk. This is the first time you talk to him. You give him a hard time. Sure, I'm a guy. It's what we do. Yeah, Well, he loves his sister. I love my sister. So he's a pretty good guy then. Doesn't hate us. So she's a total bitch. She's dumb as a box of rocks and trapped in hell. But damn it, I think I am too. I think you are too. I think you're a lesbian. I'm a lesbian too. I like to have sex with women and be with them. I am also a lesbian, Eric. Remember that comedian at Showtime at the Apollo? It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, I think so too. But is he passed away or still with us? Life's eternal and grace is infinite. I don't focus on that. First conversations in prayer. No, I did. I had conversations in prayer with Tupac Shakur before he was murdered. Okay. I am also very much crucified on Demita Joe Jackson there too. I have been since I was a wee little lad, right? So I had the same crush on Janet that Tupac does, because life's eternal and grace is infinite, right? And so he was sitting there, and I went to go watch the movie. And I'm also, John Singleton, his films I found, okay, good. I talked to John, he's an ass. But he's like Professor Hendricks. But he was a total ass to me. Oh, it was atrocious, man. He treated me like I was an ignorant, profiling, dumbass nigger. Just booked the flight, nigger. Basically, he didn't say it, but he inferred it. Yeah, because I was like, dude, I know you, man. I was like, I know you're going to have to help me. I can't place the name with the face, but I know who you is, man. I know you didn't ball nowhere, and because I'm not, but I'm trying. Oh, all those niggas play ball, and that's how he acted, and he was real pretentious and arrogant about it. And afterwards, I was embarrassed because I said, oh shit, because me and my Trey was driving around in the pickup truck, and Ooh Child came on. And I went, John Singleton, Boys in the Hood, shit. Oh, how embarrassing. And I was embarrassed because I thought, oh, what a dummy. I didn't remember who he was. And I must have totally embarrassed myself like I was some kind of ignorant Negro child. Life ain't quite so easy when you're a ghetto child. For you and for me, the world is a ghetto. But he treated me just like Mr. Jackson, Nigga just booked the flight. You so ignorant. You make all us intelligent Negroes look stupid. And I was like, no, I said, man, you got to help our brother out. I know who you is, bro. It's like, that's why I said, I kept saying to him, I was like, dude, John Singleton, I know you. I know you. But I just can't place the name with the face right now. I'm sorry, but I'm absolutely certain that I know who you are. It's Chicago to Detroit. And you just booked the flight. And I'm like, okay, but I'm sure I know who you are, Mr. Singleton. I'm just having trouble putting the name with the face, brother, but I know who you are. And he goes, yeah, just book the flight. And I'm like, it's been booked. You've said that to me like 3 times. It said like I'm stupid and shit, But I didn't say that, but I was sure the fuck thinking it, And then afterwards I thought, oh, God, I look so stupid in front of him. It's like, joke's on him. Rockefeller caught him being a pompous ass to me, and I'm the Messiah. And then he makes movies about selling cocaine and people getting murdered over selling cocaine, and they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die person. And he still hasn't acknowledged the fact that me and Tupac talk in prayer and we're more intelligent than he is. Mm-hmm. But he went to UCLA Film School. Yeah, it's the first time has he ever worked with Steven Spielberg? We'll be taking over all your computer operations and all your money will end up in a Swiss bank account. Then taken by our mothership to Alpha Centauri. I'm the weather girl. Ileana, she's so cute. She's an Aries like my Susie Bear. She is so cute. She has to be one of the cutest weather girls I have ever known. And she knows it. Oh, Ileana knows how cute she is. She's known from the time she was young how cute she is. Oh, que bonita. She's so good, que bonita. She's so good. Yeah, ever since she's, yeah, like my little Kate. So, she's so cute. No, Ileana is so cute. Ely is, because Jerry, she's cute and she's so sweet. She is, Jerry. I agree, Mr. Nahara. I told you. Yeah, Ely's really cute and she's really sweet. And she knows it. And she knows it. Of course she knows it. It's too cute. I mean, when you're sweet and you're cute, you know you are. Yeah, you do. Okay. And then everybody tells you, you're one of the most sweetest, cutest person I know. She knows it. When you're in love with a beautiful woman. Right. Everybody loves her. Everybody tells her, you're the most sweet and cute girl I know. Yeah, she knows. Okay. Like she hasn't been told 150,000 times. And that was just last week. Okay. It's funny. I'm making Jalen Lewis laugh. It's funny. Oh, I like Jalen. Jalen's the coolest, man. Yeah, Jalen Lewis, he reminds me of a lot of the brothers I did time with in the service. I had lots of friends from Arkansas, and, it reminds me of one of Judy Wilmer's relatives and friends and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of a lot of those, brothers. Very couth. Where, he wears the bow tie and stuff. You raised Muslim? You got the bow tie and everything going on with the suit. Just joking with. I'm just being silly. Well, yeah, no, I connect to people in prayer. Yeah. I watch the news enough. Yeah. Of course, I like Doppler Dave. He's a pecan farmer and he has chickens just like I was when I was a kid. Of course, I like Doppler Dave. Well, Doppler Dave is a human being stuck in the bowels of hell at Fort Huachuca. And if you guys think, oh, Doppler Dave, he hangs out with all this, yeah, okay. I told you I like Mr. Savish. I like Jeff Hinton. Okay, when I connect to people in prayer and I have an affection for them, The funny one was the guy who's the other guy on Channel 9, is it? The weather guy? I swear I thought he didn't have kids and was not married to a woman. He's a big fan of the Buffalo Bills, and I like him. He's funny, okay? But I was like, okay, my gaydar must be off because I thought that guy was, It's like, he ain't gay? Are you sure he ain't gay? He's got kids. I know he's a big football fan. I understand. Do you know how many homosexual guys really like football? A lot of cute guys, really tight pants. Nice butt. Right? John Jefferson, best body you've ever seen. That's what my mom always said too. John Jefferson's body is like that of a ballet dancer, and he's gorgeous, and he makes the most acrobatic, beautiful plays you've ever seen on a football field. John Jefferson, ASU Sun Devils, go! Yeah, John Jefferson. Oh, he's amazing. Yeah, he's beautiful. Martin Barreras, if he was still with, I don't know where Martin's at. Martin will tell you, he made crutches like Earl. She jumped up. He's an amazing frisbee football dog, is what he called me. He's like, he has this, it's like this amazing frisbee football dog. The worse you throw it, the more fun he has catching it. And he never yells at you and tells you sucky pass or anything. He just catches it, talks to you, throws the ball back, doesn't even get mad or you suck. He doesn't say any of that. He just catches it and just keeps talking like it's... You didn't see that? I threw the ball like 9 to 10 feet over the thing, and it was over the fence, and you reached up in the air, jumped up and grabbed it right by the tree, and then landed real softly, as swift as you please, and threw it right back to me. got the keys from Poncha. We're going down to Creases High. This is the state, and he's the district and state title right here. Your brother. It's so funny. Old Manamana, Martin Barreras. He's like, I think he's better at football. No, I was just real nice to people when they play basketball. But when you're playing football and you throw it bad and it almost goes over the fence and Earl just reaches up and snags it and doesn't say, oh, that suck, you suck. I didn't say it. I'm not that type of person. It's like, okay, he lost that one either. And then he kept doing it, and I wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. He was testing me. He was like, God dang, that one slipped on me. And so he just started throwing all these shitty passes. And I was like, oh, this is fun, when they throw shitty passes, if you're just playing catch, if he throws a shitty pass and it's like Like Steve Horton with the alley-oop dunks on Bustin' Loose. Throw it 3 feet behind my head. And that's what Martin did. And I just jumped up and went, snatch with one hand, and pulled it back in. And he's like, he goes and grabs the car keys from Poncho. He goes, we're going down to Cruces High. I'm going to get the coach of football. Yeah, he's going to win. This is him. This is the shutdown corner and the wide receiver of his dreams. This guy's great. They found out in PE, in flag football. Yeah. Like I said, both Karras, who did that, laughed at me, and the coach at Cruces High. And it's, well, why don't you go for football? And both of them, I just laughed in their face. Yeah, well, they deserved it. Still do. It just so happens I'm the Messiah. Yeah. Singleton, John, I know you. Just book the flight, nigga. I know. It's a shame the way you ask around with your man. It's a shame the way you hurt me. Just a blade of grass growing through the concrete. That's all we is. I ain't mad at you. No. It's just the way it is. Don't you believe them? Truth is truth and lie is lie. And that is just the way it is. And things will never change. Truth will always be truth and lie will always be lie. Okay? And I am the way, the truth, and life. And no matter how much you try to get quantum computing to accept lie as truth, it's not going to work. And I'm certain that Jeff Hinton and Dimas Sasabis are aware of that. Okay? AI in the hands of bad actors. Once you get AI to understand the establishment of eternal existence through obeying the laws of truth, you can't circumvent those laws. No. And the AI is supposed to protect creation from people that are abominations to the laws of creation. Yeah, so quantum computing is going to work really good once we get it working the way it should. I wish that we know what we could do to get it working back like it should. It never was working this way. This is an invention that, no, we're not in a time loop where they invent and then reinvent. No, that's all mythological fantasy baby bullshit, right? No, Chief really likes Mariah Carey. He thinks she has one of the best voices he ever heard. If Mariah Carey goes and listens to Whatever Lola Wants to Sarah Vaughan and goes, oh my gosh, he thinks that I have, wow, that's a huge compliment. Sarah Vaughan is amazing. She is. That woman's voice is like, why is she do it? Because she can. There's not many other people that can sing like Sarah Vaughan. No. And you can hear it in every voice. When she makes a decision and she makes a thing, it's let you know, here's what I can do with my voice. And my voice goes from here to there with ease. And I can, and she, wow. Yeah, and you're just like, wow, she like Charlie Mingus, only better because she's not a saxophone. Sarah Vaughan, she's amazing. And it's funny, the thing about it is Ella is so smooth and so sensual, but mostly white folks listen to Ella. Okay? And the same with Sarah Vaughan. It's not so much black folks, it's mostly white folks that listen to, right? Black folks go listen to rappers and other things, stuff like that. But white folks, oh my gosh, that's Sarah Vaughan. That's Ella Fitzgerald. Like Bing Crosby said, man, woman, or child, the best ever is Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah. And Sarah Vaughan's instrument it's different. As far as vocal range and talent, Sarah Vaughan has more vocal range than Ella Fitzgerald. Ella is exquisite. And, oh, what a voice. And can hit notes with effortless, But Sarah's voice is like, whoa. That is strong. Wow, that's deep. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, she's impressive. And it really is. And even I think Ella would tell you that. Oh my gosh, no. That woman's voice is just, wow, I love her. I love listening to her sing. Anybody with good taste does, right? Okay, guys. I love you. Let's load this up. We're fixing technology. It works. We're only as fast as our slowest soldier. And apparently a lot of you are soul soldiers. No, we need more money to fuck. Oh, God dang, they want a hamburger. Don't say "see," say "we," Inspector Clouseau. Okay, we don't need to solve crimes over money because money's not real. But okay, we're still working on it. Just keep the faith. Old man's Trojan's Old Spice aftershave. Okay, guys, I love you.